There was another question, which it was well, who is Amber Hansen? And I'm like, dude, just go. I said, go read the description, right? But then I thought for a minute, well, that's an interesting question.
Oh God, we're going deep, aren't we?
Yeah. So if I was to ask you that, what would the answer be?
I don't know, man. I think I'm an Air Force officer who likes lifting weights. That's me.
Mm-hmm.
You got 2 stupid dogs.
Tell me what. Okay, we got to talk about the dog. So if you follow Amber on Instagram, her stories are interesting, right?
Yeah.
So the dog's dragging, kinda, but scooting like a fish
Yeah.
across the carpet.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay. I don't know. I wish I did. I wish so hard that these 2 weirdos could communicate with me somehow. I think he just likes to itch his wiener on the carpet. Like, it might be itchy.
So this is a normal thing.
Yeah. Like he does this on pretty much every carpet that I have, but I got new carpet, a new area rug, and it's wool. So it's a little more abrasive, and I just think he liked it a lot.
Obviously.
Yeah. He liked it so much that it rubbed his little belly a little raw. So
If they could speak to you, what would they say?
oh my God. I don't know. Bigum's the smarter one. He would probably be like, "What's your deal? Like, why are you like this?" And then Darwin.
No, wait a minute. That question has to be dug into a little bit. You know, why you like
why are you like this?
This is a very generalized word, right?
Yeah.
So let's define that.
Oh God.
So the dog's gonna say, why you like
Yeah.
or why so what is this?
Why do you do the things, like, why do you have us in your house just hanging out?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we do cool shit, like you give us snacks and like you treat us good, but like I feel like he would just have some like deep, meaningful philosophical questions for me of like, why do I exist? Why am I a dog? Like, that would be his like brain pattern.
And this is the smarter one.
This is the smarter
so what
one.
Would
I think
the other
Bigum
one?
knows he's a dog.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And the other one would just he's derpy.
Derpy.
Yeah, he's derpy.
What is derpy?
Just like he's just like, a little not as smart.
Derpy.
Derpy.
So that is
quirky.
So derpy means not as smart.
I don't know.
Well, you come up with these words that crack me up all the time.
I do be coming up with words.
Yes. So derpy is a good one. So
derpy, dopey, like dangus.
Yeah,
like that's Darwin.
Yeah, derpy explains a lot of things. Oh my God. Then
Darwin.
When you're just chilling, what do you watch?
Oh, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So
Yellowstone.
You see the last one?
Yeah, I did.
Is that still rated under the 2 episodes ago?
Yeah. That was like, I don't want any spoilers, but Yellowstone's amazing.
Yes.
It's so good. So I'm keeping up with that. I started it. I binge watched it, and now I'm all caught up. And then usually that, or I'll just like throw podcasts on or something in the background because I don't spend a lot of time at home.
Mm-hmm.
And then the time that I do spend at home, I'm usually just eating or hanging out with the dogs and then sleeping. Mm-hmm. Pretty boring.
When I was stalking you and I sent you text last night, I forgot that you're a part of the Main Event Project.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. I'm like, I kind of knew this, but I kind of didn't know this. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so that was a really like kind of off the cuff thing that got created out of, so I'll just give you the baseline. It's myself, Allison Hind, Leah Reichman, and then Tara Duncan, all amazing lifters, got together, and it was kind of the weight class thing was the thing that sparked this. And we are just an organization that's trying to raise money to put back into powerlifting to like generate awareness and like prize pot stuff for female athletes. So it's all about like the women's empowerment, like girl power type of stuff. Like female powerlifting has taken off. Like, and there are all women's meets. There are, you know, women in meet director positions, coaches positions, like all throughout the sport. And I've been super fortunate that I've had like a really good upbringing and have never like had any of these like horror stories that some other women have. 'Cause like bad shit still happen. Like there are pockets of powerlifting where it sucks for women sometimes. So we're trying to point women in the right direction, be a resource for women in the sport who are either just getting in or don't know where to go, don't know where to compete, don't know what to do. And like arming them to go be successful in the sport via information, education, and then also raising money to put forth towards like sponsoring athletes, sponsoring meets, contributing to prize money, and just like getting women paid.
Well, I think the biggest thing that you guys have done is got federations to open up the 220, right? 220, 242.
Yeah, so most every federation is opened up and they're made the weight classes equivalent to the men's. And then I think it's USPA and then USAPL. I don't know, a couple, and then also the APF, WPC, they added 220 and 242. So we were able to kind of generate enough want through that petition and through like collecting information and data and like testimonials from women who are like, we want more weight classes. Like here's why we want them. And then here's what it'll do for the sport. And then pitching those ideas and that course of action to different federations to say, hey, can we do this? What does that look like? And then them going back to whatever boards that they consult with or whatever to figure that out. And then just making a change.
Was there pushback on that? Or
Oh, yeah.
What was the pushback?
A lot of it was like it will dilute the sport further. Opening it up, like there won't be as many lifters in those categories. There won't be like enough women to fill them. We're just adding more of a category to an already just diced up sport, which I agree. But like you were talking earlier when they added the men's 308, like, yeah, that was slim for a little while. Now look at it.
No, I mean, obviously I'm biased because it mattered for me.
Well, yeah, me too.
Because, that's where it kind of fell in there. And, it, as I was saying earlier, it sucked when I'd have to go through the top 100 and like take out the supers and like, here's where I would be. And then sometimes you didn't know, like he might be, he might not be.
Maybe.
And then it's in there. And at the same point, had they created it earlier than what they did, then there wouldn't have been enough for even a top 100.
Yeah.
But
true.
I would have been cool with that too. Like just fucking put the top 20. I don't care. Like where do I fall with these other people? Yeah. And throw it out there. And, with shit even on the men's side with the supers now, 308, I mean, there might be like a need for a 330.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at some point, society is getting bigger.
Yeah.
Lifters are getting bigger. And I think they're getting fatter, right? I think that each generation coming up is learning from the previous generation. So now things like off season, spending more time working on muscle hypertrophy is common language, where before that really wasn't the case. Yeah. Which means people are going to have more muscle. So just take every lifter from the past, men or female, all the way through, and now add 10 more pounds of muscle on them throughout their career. So if they're doing that for 5 years, not that it's 50 pounds, but it's 10 pounds more. Yeah. So now everybody's up a weight class. Right. And they're stronger, from it as well. So there's the ability to be able to push that. Where, how long did you guys work on that until it actually came through?
I don't know. It was a couple of months. So I think we're still under just over a year old.
So within 1 year, you added weight classes.
Yeah. It happened very quickly. So what happened is we were just, the four of us, like I think Allison's a 160. She's competed in all of like the middleweight, lightweight classes. Myself, Tara, and Leah were all super heavyweights, and I compete at 198. And like looking at that gap, we were like, this is just anyone who is 199 pounds competes against everyone, like who is above that. That doesn't make sense. And maybe it did make sense back when they were created. Because I remember, like, my first meet, there was, like, one other girl. And then, you know, if you go back even further, like, the WPO, Laura calling, Amy calling, like, hey, Laura, I'm going to break a world record. I want to compete there.
They're
like,
guest
asking.
lifters, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So, like, that's not the case anymore. Like, it was the right time and place to propose this change. And then we came armed with numbers and with, like, God bless open powerlifting, because we pulled everything from that fucker. Yeah. Like it was great. Like it's all right there. So we were able to make the argument and then also like gather testimonies from women. Like there's the intangible side of things too. Like there are women that were like, I didn't want to, like anonymous feedback, I didn't want to be on the record board at the gym under something that said super heavyweight as a woman or as a woman. And like, that sucks. Like you don't want to be on your record board because that like stigma, you don't want to be called super heavyweight, but like that exists and we can't ignore it. Like there's still super heavyweight divisions, like that's still a thing, but also like there's enough women competing in the sport where it makes sense to make this change right now. And it, depending on the federation, like it's not that hard. You just change the rule book.
Well, they're already all laid out.
Yeah,
you know
they're there.
It's there, right? It's kind of it's actually probably more work to not have them there.
Yeah.
You know, because it's already laid out on one side. Here it is. There it is. In other words, it was very simple for open powerlifting to make that change.
Oh yeah. Well, they had already been doing it.
Yes.
So they go like, and you can filter by women, and then all of the weight classes are still there, and you can just do it. So like, I would look myself up as a 220. And like you look at the amount, like the opportunity for growth within these weight classes now is like there are new records at 220. Like there are new things to break. There are new exciting milestones to hit. Those 181s who would cut to 181 every time because they want to be more competitive are now have like growing room to go to 198 and like just make each one of those bigger classes a little more competitive each year.
What are other things on your agenda?
Weight class wise, no, not weight class wise. So we are sponsoring, we started it off last year. We did it once. We sponsored a lifter, their entire trip paid, meet registration, everything to the women's pro-am. So we're doing that again this year. Fundraising stuff. We have a t-shirt that's out right now, that we had Travis Rogers draw it for us. So he did that design, and we basically just sell t-shirts, get the money, put it in the pot, and then it goes towards either sponsoring meets or sponsoring lifters. And people will send us meets, or they'll send us like their women's only meet, and we'll be like, yeah, absolutely. Like if we have people because people come to us all the time and they're like, what should I do?
What do you mean? Oh, new lifters.
Yeah, new lifters.
Where should they go?
Exactly. So we're trying to like point them in the right direction of like, hey, where are you located? Like more of like a guiding, like mentorship type of role, for people who either have questions or they don't know where to go or what to do, but they want to do a thing. Yeah. And
it's non-biased because you're not affiliated with anything.
Nope, not affiliated with any federation. We look in the local area. We look at meet directors. We look at past meets that we've gotten feedback on. And we're just like, hey, check this one out.
Okay.
Yeah.